Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Now today I'm going to be talking to you about 4 ways you can start improving your confidence, your character, and start eliminating those fears that are getting in your way. Okay, so the first way you can start stepping out of your comfort zone is by doing more travel. Now, if international is not in your budget, then start with domestic travel. I personally need to do more international travel myself, but I've challenged myself to do more domestic travel. I mean, there's plenty of landmark places to visit, plenty of landmark cities and states within the US. I've done, of course, the major fun cities. I've done Los Angeles, I've done New York, Miami, Las Vegas. Next, I want to try out maybe Phoenix, Arizona, and then maybe some more nature cities like Utah or Colorado. I mean, there's plenty of choices here. But the reason I recommend travel is because it feels so damn good to get out of your neighborhood and see just a different road, maybe some mountains or things of that nature. For example, me here in Houston, it's a humongous city, but everything is flat. So we have no hills, no mountains, no nothing, just concrete buildings and refineries. So anytime I go to a city that has mountains, that has, hills or some type of different scenery, it just makes me feel so much different. And then, of course, along with that comes all of the fun. It depends what you're into. If you're traveling more for like the food, the social life, or as I mentioned, the landmark, there's always plenty for you to do and choose from. Now, going back to the international travel, of course, that offers even more challenges, more experiences as well. And I say challenges because, yes, I know how much effort it takes to just book that flight. Uh, as I mentioned here in domestic, I've personally spent maybe 250, maybe $300 tops for a round trip. So it can be very, very cheap to travel here within the US, of course, with the exception of holidays. But you want to go around seasons where, yeah, there's some fun going on or what have you. Maybe there might be some events that interest you from that city. But for the most part, domestic travel is very, very affordable. But even when it comes to booking those domestic trips, there's still some resistance. You have to book the hotel, you have to book maybe activities that you plan to do. But if it's just you, I recommend backpacking it. I've done both Airbnbs, I've done hostels, and then you meet some really cool people, sometimes from around the world itself. And as I mentioned, yes, I know international travel is a lot more expensive. There's a lot more involved with passport and being aware of whatever restrictions or requirements the country might have. So you have to do a little more due diligence. But international travel offers even more experiences and more adventure that will definitely get you out of your comfort zone. So, along with the travel, whether you're in town or in another city, start taking on more peak experiences. Now, for peak experiences, this can be things like skydiving. This can be things like learning how to ride a motorcycle. This can be things like going to the shooting range or riding roller coasters, things that will challenge you. It's going to depend on your interests, and definitely don't be reckless either. But like I said, base it on your own interests, your own risk levels, and what you can handle. But really start taking on more of these activities. For example, me and my kids did paintball one time, and that was super super fun. Of course, the paintballs were a little painful, but it was a really really awesome experience, and I think it offered a lot of adventure for my kids, for myself. So I want you to start getting creative with what will bring you those peak experiences and those memories that you'll never forget. Okay, now the next one will really, really challenge you, especially if you've never participated in any type of athletics as you were growing up, or maybe it's your first time. But I want to recommend that you start taking combat sports. And yes, you might be a runner, you might lift weights at the moment, but taking something like jujitsu, boxing, or kickboxing, it really brings out that warrior spirit. It really puts your skills to the test, especially if you push yourself to start competing with some of your gym members, maybe taking on more sparring sessions, in accordance to your level of skill, but really putting everything that you've learned and trained for to the test will really challenge you and really bring out that growth. Now, the next one, believe it or not, can be even more scary than stepping in the ring or stepping on the mat. You're not necessarily getting punched in the face, but there's something about it that always offers us that mental challenge, always makes us nervous, and that is good old public speaking. Yes, I'm always telling you how important your communication is to your personal development, to your personal growth. And it's a skill that I believe you can never really master. I think it is an ever evolving skill as you continue to develop your communication, find your own style, your own way of storytelling, your own way of creating influence, and your own way of tapping into that flow state. It's a skill that really, really makes you feel alive once you get through that resistance, especially in the beginning. But as you start getting more comfortable with presenting in public, recording videos like these, you really start looking forward to challenging yourself and developing the skill of speaking and communication. Now, yes, I've mentioned lots of groups and classes you can start taking to improve your speech, but you can also join like an improv club and also push yourself to be more social in networking events or maybe a social night out, make new friends and really step out of your comfort zone to be able to communicate a lot easier. Now, the other one I like to suggest for improving your communication is also if you've never done a sales job, I encourage you to find maybe something that's part time or something where you'll be pushed to maybe make some phone calls, maybe cold calling, or I'm not sure if door to door sales is still a thing. But if you can do something where you have to market to people in person, it really forces that growth and helps you build that confidence and character that you need to improve your communication. So, just a quick recap. Yes, you definitely want to do more travel, whether that's domestic or international. It feels so damn good to get out of your neighborhood. Along with that, you want to start adding peak experiences. It depends on your risk level, your passion, your interest. There's so many things you can do out there to just make you feel alive. Start participating in combat sports. There's a lot of really good gyms out there, whether that's in jujitsu, mixed martial arts, boxing. It's not just going to add to your fitness level, but it's also going to put your skills to the test and build the confidence that you need. And as you're doing all these other activities, of course, bring it together with your communication. You as you travel, as you take on peak experiences, as you visit new gyms outside of what you regularly do as a workout, you're going to start meeting a lot of new people, making new friends, things of this nature. And all of this will come together and help you build the communication skills that you need. All right, guys, so there you have it. 4 ways to eliminate fear and improve your confidence and your character. As I always say, if you like the video, please feel free to share, like, or subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.